What is up, my chaotic crew? Bentley Michaels here, and yes, it is season 3 time, everybody. Ooh, can you feel it? The new year, the new season. Hey, we're very, very excited to be bringing this to you. Thank you all very much for sticking with us for 3 years. If you're a new listener, welcome. If you're an old listener, welcome back. I've got a couple of iTunes reviews here, left December 20th, right into action by LCP Tim. This show starts with action and doesn't let up for many episodes after that. R.I.P. Ferdy, and sorry to anyone who actually gets that reference before it happens. Such a great and well-produced show. You would do well to listen to it. Thank you very much. Adventurous in story and content by Joel W. Ruiz. As a new GM/DM after years of being a PC, I'm so excited to listen to how this DM works. The players are great too, but mad props to the puppet master behind the scenes. Can't suggest this podcast enough. That was all for Rhett, Season 1 DM. Maybe it's about me, but I think they're talking about Rhett because they're starting from the beginning. Hey, we're very excited. We're getting into some new territory. There's some new soundscapes. There's a whole bunch of new stuff. Make sure you check out our friend Tabletop Crafter. Even though we don't have a promo code going with them, get some dice, get some nerdy stuff. Give us a review. Hit us up on Twitter, on Instagram. Let us know what you think about this episode. But without further ado, let's hear that music.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Oh, it is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. You've been waiting all winter, snuggled up next to your fires, wrapped in blankets, listening to old episodes, listening to solo bolos, listening to birthday adventures, but it's here. Season 3 of Chaotic Amateurs. Everybody, welcome. Say hello. Everybody go, yay!
Fanfare! Yeah. 3 cheers for the best amateur.
To my
D&D
right, I
podcast.
have...
Caleb is Yamhorn Doril.
Dash is Peleus Eonerth.
Rhett is Durak Dragonsbane.
Milo's Ren.
And where we last left our heroes, they were leaving the manor of Varkum Slatebrook in the town of...
Green flower?
Yep. You get 10 XP.
10 XP!
Yeah, doling it out hot. Season 3 coming in. And they had left the town of Greenflower, and they had, had a fun little horror night with Varkum the vampire, his friend Frank Monsieur, Frank the monster.
Wait, he was a vampire?
Yeah.
He turned into bats
Jeez.
or something.
You I had no idea.
It was
Easy
mist.
you went
It was
down,
mist.
though.
Yeah.
He bit you a bunch too.
Yeah, he killed. He downed Yami, I think, 3 times, and
I forgot about that.
But at the end of the day, you got some sword action. You were there for 10 XP to who can name the dragon.
Nearsis?
Inandril.
No, it starts with an S. It's
It is like near sis or something.
No,
It's
no.
like- but it's sis is in the name.
Sid Set.
The Lady of Yellow?
Yeah,
All right.
Our Lady of Yellow or something.
Sid Set, though.
Yep.
There.
Yamhorn and Ren split 5.
Yay.
And
I got 15. How much you got, Rhett?
yeah, and so they got the sword. They got a sword for Sidset, Lady of the Yellow. However, they were also given a map. And as they traveled back to... Where's Browernick located? Oh. Come on, it's your girlfriend, Durak.
Yeah.
Bulgurum. As they traveled back to Bulgurum, our characters were wondering, A, what happened to Peleus, and B, what could this sword mean? And they were also looking over the map, going, I don't know where this is. It's out to the east, and that sort of thing. However,
They make their way back to Bulgurum, and they eventually end up meeting with Peleus, who explains that he got a letter from Varkum telling him to come back and commandeer a ship and get ready for the next part of the adventure. After some jaw-jacking and Durrock explaining platitudes of how you don't leave your mates in the trench or something like that, everybody is friends again, and
Tongue-lashing.
And you spend a couple of days gathering supplies, gathering a small crew, and setting out east on the Neisier Sea, and Neecier. And when you show the map to Peleus, he goes, "Oh, I know exactly where that is. That's the refuge of Malworth." Now, Peleus and all the Solo Bolo listeners know that at this point, Peleus just had an adventure there, turned his life around a little bit, helped some people out, helped the town. He met the...
Peleus?
That
doesn't sound like him.
The bar orc that we all know. Where the tattoo comes from. This is why Peleus went down to the docks and sent himself on the adventure, because he knows that he has to do that in order to get back to where he is now and that sort of thing. And so when you guys inevitably show up at the refuge of Malworth and stroll into the rusty tankard, it's been less than a day since past Peleus had left, and Terid and Grokok and Gromok, the littlest brother, which Peleus helped rescue, are all like, "What are you doing back so soon? And why do you look so weird?" It's very much that Back to the Future 3 moment where, he comes running up behind Doc Brown. He's like, "No, I'm back from the future." And after some fun times, you guys spent a night there. You got to know the people of the town, regaled of how Peleus, stuck up for the town, defending people who were about to be executed, and then also getting real nasty. And he stole Roland the Red ship. Peleus, do you remember what it was called that you had to partake in order to get the ship?
It was like a ship battle with it was like a race. It was like a obstacle course with boats.
Cool.
It was fun, yeah.
It's called the Grim Reaper.
That's right. That's what it was called, yeah. And I won, kind of.
You did. And you won the ship, the Howling Knight. Now, the ship that you guys came on is not a grand ship like the Howling Knight is. The Howling Knight is a classic pirate ship. And as you explore the map more, you know that you have to, in order to get some of the items that you seek, that you must go to the Pirate Cove. Peleus, being a pirate, of course, knows where this is. And you're going to have to, to continue your journey and to continue to get more of the items you need in order to save the world. Your next stop is the Blackwater Sanctuary. Now, at this point in time, you're out on the ocean. It's nighttime. You have a small crew. You have a couple of other people you picked up in town. A person named Peter. Possibly an expendable crewman.
He's wearing a red shirt.
Another character named Cinder.
Oh, like Deadpool. Like Peter. Isn't that his name? Never mind.
Forgive him. He's on pain meds right now.
Isn't that his name, though? In Deadpool 2? The guy without powers?
And, and then, of course, you find four. You're taking a very bare bones ship, even though it's such a large one, but you have experienced sailors. Peleus knows that you have a certain protocol once you get to the Blackwater Sanctuary. There's a certain protocol, but in order to fool these fools, you know that it's going to have to sort of be at night. It'll be a little bit easier to slip by everybody. So you're sort of meandering out on the ocean, making your way towards the Black Sanctuary. You can see it somewhat lit up off in the distance. and you're making your way towards. And this is where the adventure begins. So you may talk amongst yourselves. You know,
I was waiting for the can opening.
I'm really glad that we've had all this downtime in which I could spend attuning to Drakenstoder.
Is that what you did with some of your time off?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I was doing the same thing with Dragon's Toter.
It's now Yamhorn's sword.
I summon it.
Hey, wait.
Okay.
Wait a second. Well, you guys, it looks like we're almost there.
So what is this protocol that Peleus knows of, supposedly?
Well, you know that in order to get past the patrol ships and to make it through the docking process, your best approach is at night. And you know that there is a certain flag flying protocol in which your normal classic skull and crossbones pirate flag goes down and your Black Sanctuary flag goes up to show that you're a member, of course. Once that has come in, there is a flare protocol, and then once you dock your ship, there will be more for you to have. So right now you're sort of going over it. Now, guys, remember, we shoot the green flare, we count 30 seconds. Then we switch the flag so it's illuminated by the flare, and then we slowly make our way in. We have to dock, and then there's more security checks. These pirates, imagine it, they don't trust each other. But it's also sort of like hollowed ground there. So once you're in there, even if you don't like somebody, you got to sort of give them a wide berth. But once you're off, it's back to pirating. There, it's a respect thing. And if you kill somebody, there are consequences, think John Wick.
Dig it.
Oh, right. So Peleus is going to walk over to a trunk on the boat.
Okay.
He's going to open it, and it has a whole bunch of different flags. It's like a trunk he carries for various flags for various groups.
It's your trunk of necklaces.
Yeah. It's my trunk of flags, just in case. And there's different ones belonging to different groups that I can get into because I've stolen one from just about everybody.
Yep.
And so I'm going to take the Black Sanctuary.
Blackwater
Sanctuary
Yep.
flag.
Blackwater
I'm going to take
Sanctuary.
that one out. I'm going to have that ready to...
Yep. Now, also remember that the flag that you were flying is Roland the Red's flag at this point because it was his ship. And
Oh, the Howling.
Howling Knight.
yeah. And so you were flying that one. So they are, you know, if anybody knows that, they're likely under the impression that Roland is coming, which also sort of, have some stealth advantages because he's a little bit more liked than Peleus because Peleus is, while he's a pirate, he's a real pirate's pirate, and he definitely doesn't play by most people's rules at all. So, he's kind of like, while people are like, gosh, that's a great pirate, they're also like, he's screwed everyone over a little bit at some point.
Whoa, no.
Yeah, if you beat this guy, we should have some good rep in this town.
And at this point, you don't know if it has reached there yet because he only beat him technically in the timeline a day ago.
But we have a ship.
Yeah, but you have a ship.
That's true, but knowing Mole reputation, they're just going to think that I stole it while he was asleep. Which honestly sounds more like something I would do than fight someone one-on-one.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I'm just going to take that the Blackwater Sanctuary flag and just switch it out real quick.
you would have to do that if you want to clip it on the bottom. So when you pull the thing, that's good.
I'll do that then.
Just prepare it because you guys are getting closer. The night is very night. It's actually a pretty calm. So like as you are getting closer, there are sort of patrol ships that you can start to see, kind of almost like circling the island as the moon comes down, and you see this pretty expansive island. It's not too like, whereas, Versberg and Laurelin, they both are crested by like, big peaks with the mountain and the large trees and that sort of thing. This seems much more, while, taller and, there's definitely some terrain that's not like there's like a huge like, oh, wow, look at that big mountain thing there. It's just like as you get closer, you're definitely, 500-600 feet off the ocean, but it's nothing crazy. But it does look in the night with the moon shining down. Very unique, craggy sort of island, though the way that the shapes and everything are. But it is fairly wide. But you start to notice it looks like it's just like a bunch of boats spaced far enough apart going around clockwise. Right now, you can kind of make out 3 that are patrolling as you're going. So Peleus would likely warn you to man your stations. Whomever is going to do the flare, whomever is going to do the flag, and he will likely drive the ship. And let's get ready to get in here.
All right, someone take the flare. Who's got it?
I could do the flag.
That's not what I asked. One thing at a time.
Okay,
Sure.
I got it.
I was
Is it
really
in the
excited.
box or should
Yeah, it's over there in the box. Go ahead and grab it. Yeah.
I'll go over to the box and grab it.
All right, and then Yammy over here is gonna man the flag.
Yeah. How do you?
Oh yeah, so
Fire it?
it's like a bottle rocket kinda, right? So you're gonna have to strike a flint match and light it.
Okay.
And then it'll fuse, then it'll fizzle, and then it'll pop up, and it's probably gonna burn your hand, but
All part of the fun.
it's all part
I'm
of
sure
the
I've got
fun.
something for
Yeah.
that. Put some salve on it.
Yeah, you got your ointments. you missed it. We found out that Ren had a whole bunch of healing ointments the last time.
He's just been hanging on to him.
so much.
Yeah.
He kept healing Yammy with ointments.
I mean, Yamhorn died 3 times last episode, basically. He's just like, oh, God, I'm dead. And then he's back up and he's like, I'm alive. Dead again. I'm alive.
Just rubbing Vaseline on him. Wake up! Wake
Why
up!
was it so slippery?
He looks alive, but that's just the gases leaving the body.
Oh boy.
All right, everyone's manned to station. Perfect.
I'm ready for the flag.
What do I do? I'm just...
Sit down.
All right, I'll do that.
Nothing. Do nothing.
Don't yell or anything or challenge anyone.
Okay.
Just do push-ups.
I could...
I would say that based off of your past experience with Peleus, there's enough of you. You might want to have some oars just to kind of help, even though it's a much bigger ship.
Okay.
You are going to be slowing down eventually. One of the Cinder, he's got the sails, and so he's gonna, you guys are ready. So, off in the distance, one of the ships you see lights up a white flare. And Peleus exclaims to Ren, "Now,
Shoot up the flare, the green one.
I light the flare.
all right." And
Oh shit, it's the red one.
Raise the flag so it illuminates the flag.
it flies up into the sky and explodes. And Peleus exclaims to raise the flag. So as it explodes, the Roland the Red flag is illuminated, for a good 5 to 10 seconds, and then he tells you to start switching.
And I switch
You
as
switch,
fast as I can.
and the flag goes up, and you now have the Blackwater Sanctuary members only flag up, and
Members only. I like that.
and you sort of wait there, all holding your breath, and then the first ship that had shot the flag comes up, and the next one you sort of see off to the right more. You see a green flare, and you imagine that you can now go in between them. They've given you the green light to dock your ship.
That's cool.
All right, let's bring it in nice and easy, boys. All right, no sudden movements. Don't be weird. Be on your guard. Don't challenge anyone.
I'm getting more nervous the more you say things.
Well, it's a sanctuary, all right? It's like
Doesn't that mean it'll be
sanctuary.
safe?
I mean, I don't...
We're walking into a literal den of pirates. Yeah, so,
All
All right, let's go ahead. We're going to sail our boat in and dock it and do our normal docking procedure.
Okay.
Need any help with the oars? I'd hop in and help.
All right. Okay, so you have docked, and right now this is kind of what you can tell. You guys have docked in here, and in front of you is a long tributary. Now, Peleus has also gone over with you. There's a second procedure in which now you take down like your little, your land rowboat. have to put it in the water.
Your dinghy.
Yep. And you have to go down this sort of perilous-looking, long, watery corridor, which is right here. It's lit by torches, and so it's super creepy. Like there's a light golden glow to it, but it looks rather vast. This is probably one of the taller parts, of the island. Now that you're up close, you see this little tributary, and it's at least a couple 100 feet tall, not wide. You could not get a ship, not even Peleus' smaller original ship. Could you get it in? It's definitely meant, to funnel people in a more once again, what am I trying to say? Safety. There we go. I kept wanting to say secretary, and I smell toast. Good.
Like limiting the battle capabilities.
Okay, so
we're gonna get in our dinghy before. That's just a great word.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna tell Pete and Cinder to just man the Howling Night and just hang out there.
Okay.
Just chill out. Don't be weird.
Don't be a bunch of weirdos.
Don't be a bunch of weirdos.
Are they the only ones staying?
Pete's like, aye, boss.
There's
like,
other two.
you got it, Peleus.
So are they gonna is somebody gonna try and steal our ship while it's here?
Well, hopefully not with them on board.
Well, once again, you are now within the cove, so
Okay.
The sanctuary.
The
so
pirate
it's like,
code is in it.
yeah.
effect.
You guys, it's all. You're in the hotel at John Wick. You're in the lobby now.
Got it.
If there's anything we can trust, it's pirate honor. So we're in the dinghy.
Yumhorn, quit playing with the dinghy.
It's all right,
Yumhorn puts away his dinghy.
Yummy, you can play with my dinghy any day.
He's got like a toy boat that he's like.
It's an actual.
He's
toy.
sailing.
Yeah.
As you guys are rowing in, he's sailing it behind. He's got a little string on it.
Oh my god! I hope that's true.
So we're
If
gonna.
he wants it to be.
We're gonna go ahead and slowly push our dinghy down the tributary.
Row your dinghy.
Row. We're gonna go down.
Okay.
Right
So-
up that tributary.
Okay, so you're going down the tributary, and as you're going down in the darkness, it closes over the top of you because it looks like a cave, a long sort of like a cave that was sort of hollowed out. As you're making your way down, you see that there is about 25 feet up, like a little bit of a shelf before, and then goes in anywhere like 10 feet or so, and then the walls go back up. And at the top, it's sort of, craggy and stalactite and kind of rounded. Not dwarven craftsmanship, but, definitely it could have just been like a natural occurrence or something like that. But you start to hear moans and, shackles, different things. And if you guys would like to make the first rolls of Season 3.
To see if they're pleasure moans and
Perception
shackles?
checks. Yeah. I've taken you to a dominatrix island.
11.
Natural one. Nice.
10.
3.
Hey,
Season 3 off to a good start.
getting them out of the way.
Yeah. Then you all just you're more like looking around, and I would say that some of you with the lower rolls are a little creeped out. Peleus, you're having a flashback because you've spent time where those people are for just a brief amount of time before, of course, you Peleus the crap out of it and escaped.
Caleb is really curious now.
And you just sort of continue to slowly make your way down the tributary. It goes on like this for a minute or two. What are all your passive perceptions?
14.
Yeah, also 14.
Okay.
13.
Good. Okay. So
13.
so now as your eyes have sort of become accustomed, that was the problem. You were out in the darkness, and even like this little bit of candlelight, and you were kind of creeped out. There's water dripping from cave sound.
Wait.
Good. You hear that? And you guys, you're like, wow, this is kind of creepy. And Yamhorn is like, playing with his dinghy, and then he's like, come on, dinghy, keep up. And but now you guys all sort of realize as your eyes adjust that this is a long row on both sides of prison cells of different pirates who may have broken the rules here, may have been captured out on the sea. You're not quite sure. As you're going down, people are, one guy shouts out, "Is that Peleus? Peleus, it's me.
Oi!
It's old Feathercap."
Oh, Feathercap, Rick!
Yeah, it's Feathercap Rick.
Oh, you saucy SOB! Are you in jail again?
Oh, you know me. I just got a little handsy over at the bar, and you know the rules.
Oh, yeah, no, it's quite a drag, yeah. Well, anyways, have fun with your slow death.
and you dinghy past Feathercap Rick. And, some people aren't as joyous, having a good time with it. Some people, you don't even see them. You hear moans, you hear just sadness, and it's all sort of in the chains, like, clinking and that sort of stuff. And it's all echoed by these very tall ceilings.
I lean over to Ren and I say, I think some of these people need God.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about this place at all.
Oh, you should not. This place is a black hole of sorrow.
But we're safe, right?
Oh, yeah, no, for the most part, as long as we all mind our P's and Q's.
Okay.
All right, Yamhorn, I think you're right. As I'm rowing, I'm going to start preaching of Ulagan to the people on the walls and let them know that they'll be safe in their afterlife if they turn to Ulagan.
I almost wanted to walk over there and draw it myself.
Yeah, I know. But once you actually see what it is in the bigger scale, it'll make way more sense. Okay. Right now, it just looks like a silly time.
But
all right, so we're moving along.
You're moving along, and as you explode closer into this bigger area,
as we reach the climax of the tributary.
Yeah, the tributary, exactly. You notice there's a bunch of all our other dinghies all locked up and waiting.
All heading to the same spot, I imagine.
all heading to the same spot.
All waiting their turn to just burst out.
No, actually, you see more of it comes around and this dock, and there's like wooden docks and stuff in there, and and other boats are tied up, and there's a couple of piratey dock hands. But waiting for you in the center, sort of backlit by this small doorway, is a couple of pirates, and you just sort of hear some chortling as you guys are tying up your dinghy.
Are they chortling at us?
Yeah, they and you can kind of hear some. I would say that you hear the name Peleus at least once through there.
Hey, do you know any of these people?
Peleus looks over at the... How many people are over there? 2?
Yeah, there's 2. One rather large, hulking sort of figure, and one average sort of very fancy-looking pirate. And as you get closer, Peleus recognizes Gilmer Goldentooth, knowing him as the leader of the Blackwater Pirate Alliance. Standing behind him, looking huge, menacing, and full of muscles he doesn't know what to do with. Raymond the Bear.
Raymond the Bear and Gilbert Goldtooth?
Goldentooth, yeah.
Gilmer?
Gilmer, okay.
You want me to challenge these guys?
Nope. That is literally the last thing I would want you to do. Yeah, no. That's
right.
Gilmer, and that's, who was it, Ray? Who was it?
Raymond the Bear.
Raymond the Bear. They are not people we should be messing with. And yes, they are laughing at me, but just kind of let them do that.
Should we laugh with them?
Well, I was just going to say, maybe we should have a team meeting.
All right.
What should we not do? I feel like this is more for Duroc than anybody else. But let's spell out what we should not do.
Well, don't be caught cheating. Okay. Also, don't start any fights or murder anyone.
Duroc.
Just give everyone a pretty wide berth.
Okay.
And, we'll be fine. I think.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are all looking at me while he's saying this.
You have a problem with fighting people.
No.
Yes.
People have a problem running into my sword.
People have a problem fighting me.
All right.
Remember the bull girl? All right, so you guys make your way down the dock, and I want you, all my players, to know that you are here for a very specific reason, because on the map there was a little note, a little handwritten note by Varkum. It's on the back in his fancy handwriting, and he told you that one map leads to another map, and this, if you go here and you do what you're supposed to, will take you to Sidset, Lady of the Yellow. So that is your objective here, gentlemen.
We're trying to find a map.
Yep.
Okay.
With the end game of Dragon Time.
Feeling there's a lot of maps here.
Who has maps? Is there like a
Every pirate here, probably.
Is that the right word?
A cartographer.
Yeah.
Peleus is gonna. Well, I guess we'll all start walking towards the exit of that area,
Yeah,
right?
there's
Yeah.
This is like there's
Doorway.
a doorway there. And
It's actually French
You're
doors,
12
so
years
there's a
old.
line in the middle.
you could tell I don't get out much and hang out with adults.
All right, cool.
But you start to make your way towards them, and you hear Gilmer's voice, and he's just like,
Oh, Peleus Ianad, what brings you to the Blackwater Sanctuary?
Oh, this and that. I'm here with a few of my mates. We're just, on the lookout for things pirates are on the lookout for. Equipment for boats, rope, hats, fun hats, maps. Whatever.
Oh,
Treasure.
Treasure, sure, treasure. Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
so you came to the pirate sanctuary to loot?
No. You got me all wrong, Gilmer, you saucy old minx. No, we're not gonna. No looting will be done here. He says that really loudly, so.
and it echoes.
Yeah. Here. No. We're just, we're looking for, a map if or something. Maybe a map. I don't know. I can't say for certain, but, a map.
A very specific type of map?
Well, I mean, aren't all maps specific, right? I mean, technically, they're all pointing to one thing, you know what I mean? We're pirates,
see.
you get it. So, yeah, you got any maps laying around there?
Peleus, how long has it been since we had a drink together?
My memory's fuzzy because of the drinking.
Me too.
So,
And what about your crew here? Is this your new pirate crew?
yeah, these are my new pirate buds, yeah. I got a little one here, and then I've got an elf guy here, half elf, right?
Yeah.
And then I've got another little one over there. I've got mostly little ones with me,
I
actually.
see.
We're real scallywags.
Yeah, they're real scallywags.
Well, why don't we all go get some drink, maybe a little bit of food, and maybe after a drink you guys can tell me why you're here, more specifically.
All right, sounds good. You seem trustworthy.
Do they have pork belly and apple butter at this bar?
Oh, I'm not sure. I mainly drink, but you could always ask.
All right, cool.
Does Ren say cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just go with him to the tavern and maybe have a drink.
Okay. All right. So he leads you through this sort of carved out hallway and it opens up into sort of a decent little vast expanse, like a nice little area. You look up and you're no longer, you can see the sky again, and it actually looks like sort of a a city that was kind of like built off the edge of rocks. Some of it is carved into the rocks very crudely, of course, but a lot of it is just like wood and like broken ship parts and that sort of stuff, just sort of lining this sort of octagonal like area as well. And like it's once again a natural occurrence. Like maybe it used to, a lot of water was in there, flooding and all that sort of stuff. But now there's just sort of like broken, ship parts and like different things like constructed and there's just different towns, and it's a very much kind of like a, kind of like Waterworld. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Like once they're in there, it's like this really makeshift, like kind of town thing.
I'm picturing Tailspin.
Okay,
where
sure.
they fly in. And
it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Lagoon in the middle,
yeah,
where the town is.
Sure,
I'm
that'll
kind of
work.
picturing like Pirates of the Caribbean, the pirate city.
Sure, that'll work too.
Okay, cool.
I'm picturing Jervis.
That'll work.
Just around the St. Louis ponds.
All right, so we're gonna go sit down.
So
and
Gilmer and Raymond the Bear, they take you to the One-Toothed Tavern, and take you into the One-Toothed Tavern, and it is not like ale for sale at all. You guys have been pampered. There's a lot of raucousness. There's people having arm wrestling matches. There's illegal, there's gambling. There's all sorts of stuff. Certain fights, it's very gentlemanly. If there is a fight, the second someone's down, people help them back up, and then people are friends again, and they put their arms around each other, and they go get a drink together and that sort of thing. And, people are bumping into you, and, and so you guys, you follow Gilmer up to the bar.
Duroc, this looks like a place you could fit in.
I like this place.
Yeah. All right.
remember, just don't run anybody through with a sword.
Why?
A friendly game of fisticuffs, maybe.
Absolutely. Queensbury rules, am I right?
Yeah, sure, something like that.
A bar lady comes up to you in a corset. She's got the Madonna mole. She also looks like she has like a wig. Maybe she stole from some sort of like pompous, white powdered wig guy, but it's definitely out of shape. You can kind of see like her darker hair underneath it, but this is like it looks blonde now, but you imagine that's probably from all the smoke and stuff in here that has stained this powdered white wig. And Gilmer is like,
Buxom Betty. So good to see you again.
And she's like, hello, Gilmer. Raymond.
She doesn't seem to care for Raymond all that much.
Oh, and you have some new friends with you. And who are all of you? Oh, hello, babies.
Good eve, Buxom Betty. Also, you remember me?
Yeah, I never thought I'd see you here. After the last time I had to throw you out.
No, well,
Getting a little handsy, were you?
Oh, I'm a changed man, okay, It's, I don't go reaching anymore. I'm a good guy now, yeah. I've turned a bit of a leaf, you could say.
Okay.
And she's already got Gilmer and Raymond's drinks up on the bar, two big, metallic tankards, and Gilmer kind of like, tells the bear to like come down. He bends down, and then you see the bear go off to the right and just kind of look at this table, and all these other pirates are like, ooh, and then they all just kind of like leave this table. It's a bigger table, so you assume that's where you're going.
All right, gents. What can I get for you?
She's just kind of looking back and forth to everybody. I assume Ren is like standing on a stool at this point or something.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
And I say to her, do you have maybe an ale and some pork belly and apple butter?
No, fancy city boy, eh? I can do the ale for you, but how about a giant turkey leg instead?
Yeah, that'll work.
Excellent, and you'll be at his table. Okay. Hey, anything else for anybody?
I'll take an ale if you don't mind. And what do you have in the way of carbs?
Carbs? What you want?
Like potatoes? Any roasted potatoes or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I could go find some, I suppose. How do you want them cooked?
Oh, dealer's choice.
All right.
Okay, dealer's choice in the fries. And you, dwarf?
Mead for me.
All right, I'll bring it right over to the table. Off you go. And she starts pouring drinks, and she hands it to another server that brings it over to you. And as you're sitting there at the table, and she disappears into the back to presumably get a giant turkey leg and some sort of potatoes cooked her way. All right, so you guys are all sitting around. It's a rather large square table. It would be perfect for D&D. And
the real fantasy begins.
Raymond brings out a set of dice.
You guys want to play some
D&D Inception?
I've been working on this campaign.
So you guys are just making casual small talk or whatever, and you're drinking. You're about halfway through some of your drinks. At this point, Ren, this big old sort of somewhat awkwardly, for this place, as you look around, there's not a lot of a lot of repeating items, whereas ale for sale, everything looked the same, all the plates, the silver, everything. This looks like what could have been a giant silver with a little bit of gold inlay, like oval. You would imagine maybe rich people put a tea set on it at some point, but they just dropped this thing in front of you with a giant turkey leg that's at least is half as big as you are.
Awesome. I dig right into it.
And then she just brings over like this large wooden bowl to Yamhorn, and it looks like she quartered potatoes and then boiled them until they were soft, and then just threw them in a bowl.
All right, so
and some of those potato eyes are still sticking out of the skin.
okay. Thank you, man.
A few of the potatoes are a little dark in the center as well.
Peleus looks at Yamhorn and goes, I wouldn't eat here, honestly, but,
I do the fake eat thing, so it looks like I, put it in my mouth, but it's really, yeah. Are there any dogs nearby?
There's a pirate behind you that is like watching you from behind, just drop like potatoes behind you onto the floor.
And he's going and picking them up and eating them.
Yeah.
Lots of sea dogs around here.
Is
Yeah.
the turkey leg at
Hey.
least good? Like, am I enjoying it? Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that seems all right to you. It's just because like I said, this from what you could see in the night, this place is rather large. The island in and of itself, it doesn't look like when you were leaving Bulgurum where you could tell it was a huge landmass, but this is definitely not just like a little sandy pirate island. There's definitely a lot of mass to it that you probably that you didn't see just because it was at night. So, Gilmer and the bear are just asking you guys general questions, and then he finally gets down to it because maybe Gilmer's been drinking longer than you guys in this day. And he's just like,
He never stops.
it's true. His teeth show it. And he's like,
All right then. So, you're here for something specific. I think I know what you mean. What are you looking for?
A map to go meet the lady in yellow.
Oh, the lady in yellow. The infamous lady in yellow of Boglate. Well, that's exciting. So, the map, why do you think it's here?
Well, we have this other map, and I'll pull out the scroll and kind of open it and show as point. Here's where we were, and here's here where we're supposed to go.
Who gave him the map?
he holds out his hand to look at it.
Really showing all our cards, aren't you, over there, huh? Yeah, kind of just playing them all right now, huh?
And he looks at him, then
All right.
he looks at the back, and he kind of sits up a little straighter. Because on the back is the signature of Varkum Slatebrook. Which all of you know, Peleus doesn't at this point. But it's a very elaborate V with a swirly S and a, you know. And he kind of is like, his eyes get a little big. He's like, oh, all right. Okay.
So,
Is that what it looks like?
With a V in it.
Well, that actually, I believe, yeah, that was going to be your initial letter,
Should I,
but but you got a different one that as a prop you will get later on in the adventure to break out to your compadres. Gilmer says,
Oh. So, you're looking to go to the loot lair.
I said we were here for loot before, and you just laughed at us.
Well, it's not often we get dwarves in this area. It's always fun to see you come in here, chest out, opinions in the front of your tongue.
What does that mean?
That's an apt description of you, yeah, no, it was kind of dead on.
So you're looking for the island adventure then, are you?
I guess, yeah. I mean, do you know where the loot layer is? Yeah, we'll go right there right
Oh,
now.
Peleus, how much have you drank and how much have you forgotten? Surely you remember the island adventure. It's a 3-part series in order to get to the loot lair.
It sounds fun. You guys make it sound like an excursion.
All of the best treasures put in the center of the island. But in order to get there and put it there, you must risk yourself and your treasure or be lost to the island.
What does that mean?
All right, sounds good.
You're gonna die, dummy.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not worried. I have Ulagon on my side. Have you heard about Ulagon? He's a really great god. He helps the halflings, and
Oh, I wouldn't try to convert him.
no. But
Religion is...
he whispers
is
something
on
to
the
Bear,
rules. Not...
and Bear comes over and sits by you and looks at you, and it's just like, pipe down.
but Ulagon.
And he grabs your turkey leg and throws it across the bar.
You just lost your food.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna die.
That's the spirit.
It's confident.
Yeah.
I've spent 313 years not dying. So,
Why start now?
yeah, what's another year?
Well, if you're going to get to the loot lair, of course, you're going to need to take the adventure. It's been a while since someone's tried to get in there.
Think of it as like the loot lair. It's a place in the center of the island. Peleus knows it's in the center of the island, but it's just back there in his brain. He hasn't quite drank enough today because he had to be focused on the mission to be like, oh, random memories, synapses firing, and it's like I want to say like a library. It's like this big area in the center of the island with a large sort of natural inlay of stone carvings. Like it's like a not as fancy version as like the temple in Last Crusade where they get there and it's just like it's already in the wall, and you're just like, oh, now we have to go inside of there. It was more of like a natural formation that over time, maybe people have tried to design and make it look better, but it's think of like a big library, but instead of books, it's all just a huge big room and like tons of rooms and different things of like treasure and different like all of the best stuff, the rarest stuff, and like it's not just like there is a ton of gold there, of course, but it's more kind of like the cave in Aladdin or something like that, or like that place Nicolas Cage finds at the end of National Treasure, where it's like it's a bunch of rare stuff and weird stuff.
So why is this here?
Was that Duroc or was that Rhett?
Rhett is wondering, like, why is there just like a weird thing in the island where there's just lots of treasure?
Because it's the pirate sanctuary. So all of the best stuff, you think
They keep...
blackmail, you could think you could hide stuff here and no normal person is going to get here. They don't know the protocols. It's kind of like a
safety deposit.
It's a Swiss
box.
bank
Yeah.
kind of, only the pirate version.
I'm down with that.
Way
Okay.
more difficult than it needs to be.
And we definitely can't steal anything from there.
Yeah.
Just the map, apparently.
I mean, if that's what you're going there for, but once you're there, I mean, it's not like, just remember, you also got to come back. So greed is also a huge factor. And like, if you go there with a bunch of backpacks, remember you have to make it back to the point you're at now.
Yeah.
Well, could we use like this map as like an invitation to take the other map because it's signed by like Varkum?
Varkum?
Varkum, sorry. close.
Milo is so notoriously bad with character names that I love it. It's like my favorite thing.
Signed
Well-
by Fart Kiss, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually
Farty Kiss?
Barrel of farts.
barrel of farts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because you were all here, and since he's the mayor of Pirate Island, the leader of the Blackwater Pirate Alliance, when you come here with this sent by Varkum, either, it's one of those things where, there is a log where people have logged what they've taken there. And so like if they want to go get it, if there's bill of sale signed over somewhere out, they bring it back and the logs are changed. And so it is sort of like not everyone here has something in there. Not everyone here knows that that's here. Some people are newbie pirates and they just want to hang out and plunder and, chase women or whatever, pirates do here. Some people are old school pirates. Obviously there's some sort of a pirate alliance and sort of somewhat government on the island and that sort of thing. So, the adventure begins. Welcome to season 3, and so there's just also the pirates just think this is fun. They just think this is so ridiculous.
So is this this treasure, the loot, whatever, is it just like a big room with a bunch of loot pile in there? Or is it organized like there's like shelves?
It sounds like it's cataloged.
Like I
almost.
deposited it.
Yeah.
I deposited
Yeah,
it.
it is
like
cataloged,
7.
but it's also around the edges. There is like a lot of gold, and it's cataloged in a messy pirate kind of way. Like
This pile belongs to this guy.
yeah.
This
So does
pile
that
kind of
mean-
overlaps.
So then does that mean that the map we're trying to find is something that Varkus put in there?
Fartkiss?
Fartkiss?
Varkum.
Fartkiss?
Yeah, Fartkiss.
I'm sorry, but you've ruined it now.
It's always going to be.
Yeah.
You would assume, knowing the pirate knowledge that you know, and the other guys knowing that he is a vampire, that in his long illustrious, he knew of
Collective life.
he knew of Zarvog the Red. He had zero worry, as you all know, with all of the paintings of different generations of Slatebrooks in that manner. This guy's been around for a long, long time. And you would imagine that at some point, maybe he got bored and he's like, well, I'm a pirate. When he was younger and he realized he couldn't be killed and that sort of thing, he's like, oh, I know, I'll go out here and just hoard treasure and things like that. So, yeah, this is kind of a bill of sale. And Gilmer Goldentooth recognizes that. And so you just have to do what everyone else would do, the island adventure.
Got it.
It still doesn't make it easy to get
And
in
then
and get it.
this log book of things that have been put in there, do we get a look at it?
You can look at it like once you're there in the loot layer.
It's in the loot layer?
starting. That's like the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah.
It's a big book.
Great, we're never
and it
gonna
has
find
like
it.
everything that they have logged and different stuff like that.
And,
Zing
like,
to
their
the
names
library.
and stuff?
Yeah.
And so, like, if you like erased a name and put your name in there for something,
Yeah.
technically,
Pirate jail.
legally, it's yours now.
Technically, you could do that. Once again, sort of the idea of this place is the if you got caught, someone found out, you get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but if you check the logbook, my name's there.
Yeah.
So
But now you're in two places.
But don't we? Regardless if it's rightfully ours or not, we still have to get there and go through the.
yeah. So let's just let's get on with it.
How do we start this adventure?
The island adventure.
Gilmer, how do we start this all-in adventure? We are just hungry for
Adventure.
fun and adventure.
Okay. Gilmer chuckles and swallows the rest of his ale and just it's dripping down his beard, and he uses this little ascot thing that's super dirty to like wipe his mouth like a dainty gentleman.
He goes, starts crack of dawn. You're going to have to be at the beginning of the treasured river, and from there you will make your way. I suggest getting there a little early in case there's a line. You never know.
It's like showing up to the bank.
It's like there's a 30-minute delay, for one group to go, and then there, we got to keep it. You can't be teaming up. You all need your own adventure.
Like individually
Makes sense.
or just...
No, I mean per party.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, that theme park in Wurzburg.
No, I'm not familiar. What
With
are you
pirate
talking
ships. Yeah.
Ren knows it.
All right, so where on the island is Treasure River?
The Treasured River. You're just going to go up a little bit northwest out of the town. Make your way down the path towards the Treasured River.
All right.
There'll be a little dock there, and there will be a little helpful person there to help you along the way.
What do you mean by little person?
I mean someone smaller than me.
Like me?
Well, yeah, you're smaller than me, too. So you're a little person, and you're a little person.
Oh, I'm a big person.
You're a big boy, Peleus. You're a big boy.
You're a big boy.
He just stands up. And I'm a big boy.
about? Hands on hip.
And then takes a drink of his. All right. So knowing that information, you guys can continue to drink. You would imagine it's probably 11, 12 o'clock at night, but know that sunrise, we'll just say it's at 6 a.m. So this place doesn't necessarily have, upstairs accommodations in the sense of, all of the rooms are unoccupied. There might be some sort of, lewd doings going on in certain rooms and that sort of thing. But you guys are welcome to try and stay there if you like.
Are there shops open this late at night? I'll ask.
It's not really like that. It's kind of like every shop is just like a weird Goodwill bin. Like every shop just kind of like, it's like, I've got this crap, that guy's got that crap, and none of the crap seems to work. It's not like there's signs. It's like, Long John Silver's, we sell, fishing gear or whatever. It's
Magnifying glasses. But
oh yeah, probably not.
I'm going to try and find a room to crash in.
Okay. You can go up to Buxom Betty, and she will tell you that there is one room with 2 twin beds and one room with a queen-size bed.
I think you'd probably take the queen.
Yeah, I'll take the queen, and I could share it with one of you, I mean, Buxom, do you got a place to crash tonight? Okay, I had to shoot my shot. I'm sorry. I'll leave. But, yeah, Peleus says that any of you can crash with me on the queen. I'm not above sharing a bed.
Yamhorn, you want to get the other twin room?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah, Duroc, you want to sleep in the queen with me?
Yeah.
He's been waiting this whole time. Undressing you with his...
Don't make it something it's not, Yamhorn.
Okay.
Often when I was in the army, I had to share beds with people.
I just
unusual.
assumed it'd be
Tell us
Peleus and Ren, and then
That's kind of what I thought,
the
too.
two.
No, this makes more sense.
I definitely thought Ren was going to be like, well, I'm small, so why doesn't somebody
gotta be
share
head
the
to toe,
big bed
though.
with me?
No.
And he's just like, screw you, I get one of the twins.
I need my space, okay?
Before I go up to bed or wherever this bed is, I want to lean over to Raymond and ask, is there any sort of healer, cleric, witch doctor, anything like that here?
I think that's so.
Simple yes or
Oh, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
This
So,
guy's hilarious. He's killing me.
That's why we keep him around, honestly.
He's our comedic relief.
Oh, I like you. And he slaps you on the back really hard.
Rub his head for good luck.
okay,
right.
but seriously.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that laugh was meant to tell you that's the stupidest thing I've heard.
Oh, okay. All right.
Believe in
well,
yourself and your sword.
Apparently one of the rules of this sanctuary is you always have to tell the truth, no matter how painful, Yumhorn.
I'll remember that next time we're sitting down and talking. And I just have one question for you. How did you get to be the mayor of this place?
Who's you?
Raymond.
Oh, our Raymond. Well,
Democracy.
One man, one Gilmer.
Oh,
yeah.
Gilmer, yeah.
Gilmer's the mayor.
bear.
Raymond the Bear.
Raymond
yeah,
the
Gilmer
Bear.
Goldentooth.
Oh.
Gilmer. Well, it can be passed on, or you can take it. It's called a mutiny.
Murder.
Bailey's, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's what I said. Murder. Just straight up
You
murder.
weren't just saying that. Like,
But
oh, gosh.
I seem to treat everyone pretty fairly. Everyone seems to like me as much as a pirate can like someone else. And I've been doing this job the longest, about 1.5 years now.
Well, congratulations. I was just curious how the whole politics thing works here on a seemingly unpolitical island. Good
We
day,
kind
sir.
of live by one rule. Don't be a dick.
Might be a hard one for you, Yami. Huh? Anybody?
Leave your pirate stuff outside. When you're here on the island, you're safe. Kind of. And if you're not, well, then if you're caught, you get in a lot of trouble. I mean, you guys all saw the jail cells, those, It's a reminder when you come into the town.
So
don't be a
I'm
dick.
gonna head up to bed with Duroc.
Your cuddle buddy.
Yeah, my cuddle buddy. I'm gonna shove him along. Go, come on, time for nighty night.
I am a little tired, so yeah.
I know. You sleepy little guy?
sleepy guy.
Little sleepy guy?
Okay, and Ren, 20 questions. You gonna try to convert anybody?
It didn't go over so well. I lost my turkey leg, so
Take another shot at Gilmer. Come on.
You could be the Reformation for pirate for the.
Oh my God! I'm thinking if
Sanctuary.
anything, I go to like where the prisons are, and I start converting those people, and they should be.
You
easy
could turn this
targets.
into Blackwater Ooligan Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road.
I mean, if you want to go do that, that's fine. Remember that. I mean, you guys had a full rest and everything. You didn't really do anything, so like, I mean, you guys are going to be good.
Well, that's.
I mean, as far as having your HP and your spell slots.
So then, do we want to sleep and then wake up and then head to Treasured River?
It seems like a good idea to get a good night's rest
All right.
before we go on an adventure.
Let's do that.
All right.
So I am back up to 27 hit points. That's good to know.
What's that?
I am back up to my hit point
No,
maximum.
once
of
you
27.
once you take a long rest, all of it comes back.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
Okay.
I used a little vampire necromancy on him and kept knocking his hit points out with my bite.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys all on your beds.
Yep.
Take a nap. Okay,
We're all
great.
in bed.
Great. So you all fall asleep to the raucous sound that doesn't ever seem to die down. Downstairs, it just kind of seems to keep going. The twin beds are straw. Peleus, yours looks like a mix of straw and feathers. It's very soft.
The queen bed?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You kind of like plop down onto it. And it's kind of like Uncle Fester in the first Addams Family. You just kind of keep sinking for a little bit, and it goes up around you.
I'm the big spoon.
Duroc sleeps only in his underwear.
That's fine.
All right. Gross. And with that, with our boys in the Blackwater Sanctuary, preparing to take their island adventure, that's where we leave the first episode of season 3 this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
Very exciting. I've been planning this sort of thing out ever since we recorded Peleus' solo stuff. I think back in July.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned this place, not by name, but like another, I had mentioned that there's like a pirate cove or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's definitely how I want to start season 3. I like that sort of fun stuff. And it's a lot different rather than, just Lord of the Rings medieval, same sort of idea. So hopefully we'll have some fun here and, all that sort of stuff. So for Chaotic Amateurs, I've been your DM and host for season 3, Bentley Michaels. To my right, I have...
Caleb is Yamhorn Durrell.
Dash is Peleus Ian Earth.
Rhett as Direct Dragonsbane.
Milo's Ren.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.